Most people are working 40 hours a week just to make a car payment. But the window to automate your luxury is closing fast. With the 2026 tax code changes and current dividend yields, there is a unique opportunity to build a self-funding vehicle fund. If you don't restructure your portfolio right now, you're leaving thousands on the table. Here is the step-by-step blueprint to ensure your passive income covers every mile you drive. And by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you the exact dollar amount you need invested to make your dream car essentially free. But there's a twist at the end that completely changed how I think about luxury purchases. And I almost didn't include it because it might make some of you angry.
My name is Louise, and I spend way too much time thinking about dividend investing, cash flow strategies, and how regular people can buy luxury without going broke. If you're someone who feels stuck watching everyone around you drive cars you can't afford while you're trying to do the responsible thing, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, I'm not going to be the guy on YouTube screaming at you that your latte is the reason you can't afford a BMW. That's lazy advice. The actual problem is way more interesting, and the actual solution is way more elegant than anyone is telling you. So let's get into it.
Here's the thing nobody on TikTok wants to admit. According to Experian's State of the Automotive Finance Market report, the average new car payment in the United States reached $742 per month in 2024, with luxury vehicle payments averaging over $1,100. And get this, nearly 20% of new car buyers now have monthly payments over $1,000. 1 in 5. That's not a car payment, that's a second rent. And here's where the popular advice gets it completely wrong. Every personal finance guru will tell you the same thing. Buy a 10-year-old Toyota Camry in cash. Drive it until the wheels fall off. Okay, that's fine advice if your only goal in life is not to be broke. It's terrible advice if your goal is to actually enjoy the money you're working so hard to make. Here's what most people don't realize. The problem isn't wanting a nice car. The problem is how you pay for it. There's a massive difference between buying a $70,000 car with your labor, which is finite, exhausting, and taxed at the highest rate, and buying that same car with passive income that shows up whether you work or not. Let me show you the math. Let's say your dream car is a Tesla Model S. Out the door in 2026, you're looking at roughly $95,000. Financed over 72 months at today's rates of around 7.5%, your monthly payment is about $1,640. Over 6 years, you'll pay roughly $118,000 for that car. And it'll be worth maybe $35,000 when you're done. So you spent $83,000 of after-tax income, which means you had to earn about $110,000 pre-tax just to drive a depreciating asset for 6 years. That's brutal. And yet millions of people do this every single year because of one psychological force I want to talk about next.
Now, you might be thinking, Luis, if it's such a bad deal, why does everyone do it? 2 words: status anxiety. Status anxiety is this nagging feeling that you're falling behind your peers. And in 2026, with social media basically being a 24/7 highlight reel of everyone's best moments, it's worse than it's ever been. A 2023 study from the American Psychological Association found that 72% of adults under 40 report comparing their financial situation to others on social media at least weekly. And the people who compare the most, they save the least and carry the most debt. This is the trap. You see your college roommate post a picture next to his new G-Wagon, and your brain doesn't process it as, Mike financed a depreciating asset he can't afford. Your brain processes it as, Mike is winning and I am losing.
So you walk into a dealership. The salesman doesn't ask, can you afford this? He asks, what payment works for you? And just like that, you've reframed a $95,000 purchase into a $1,640 monthly inconvenience. I'm going to be vulnerable for a second. In 2019, I financed a car I had no business buying.
I made about $68,000 a year at the time, and I signed up for a $620 monthly payment on a used BMW. I told myself it was a reward for the promotion I'd just gotten. Within 4 months, I was stressed every time my insurance bill hit. Within a year, I sold it at a $7,000 loss just to get out from under it. That $7,000, if I'd put it in a dividend ETF instead, today it would be generating about $400 a year in passive income, forever. That mistake didn't just cost me $7,000. It cost me every dividend that $7,000 would have ever paid me. That's the real cost of status anxiety.
This is where it gets really interesting, because I'm about to show you the exact framework that lets you drive your dream car without your dream car owning you. The concept is simple. Instead of using your income to pay for the car, you build a dividend portfolio large enough that the dividends alone cover the entire cost of ownership. The car is still expensive, but it's paid for by money you didn't have to work for. Step 1. Figure out your true cost of ownership, not just the payment. I'm talking insurance, gas or charging, maintenance, registration, and depreciation. For a $95,000 Tesla Model S, you're looking at roughly $1,800 a month in total ownership cost. That's $21,600 a year. Step 2. Calculate your dividend target. The S&P 500's average dividend yield in 2026 is sitting around 1.3%, which is too low for this strategy. But a diversified portfolio of dividend-focused ETFs, think SCHD, JEPI, or VYM, is yielding somewhere between 3.5% and 8%, depending on your mix. Let's use a conservative blended yield of 4.5%. To generate $21,600 a year at 4.5%, you need a portfolio of about $480,000. I know, stop the video, don't close the tab, hear me out. Because here's what most people don't realize. You don't need $480,000 today. You need a plan that gets you there. And the plan is way more achievable than buying the car outright. If you invest $1,500 a month into dividend ETFs, averaging an 8% total return, that's dividends plus growth, you hit $480,000 in roughly 13 years. If you invest $2,500 a month, you hit it in just over 9 years. Step 3 is where it gets beautiful. Once you hit that number, you buy the car. The dividends pay the bill. And here's the magic part. You still own the $480,000. The portfolio keeps growing. The dividends typically increase over time because companies like Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, and Procter & Gamble have raised their dividends every single year for decades. The dividend aristocrats, companies that have raised dividends for 25 plus consecutive years, have an average annual dividend growth rate of about 6%, which means in 10 years, that car that cost $21,600 a year to own, your portfolio is now generating $38,000 a year. You've got a built-in raise forever. All right, let me give you the actual steps. Pause the video and write these down if you have to. First, open a brokerage account if you don't have one. Fidelity, Schwab, and M1 Finance, all of them are free in 2026. No excuses. Second, pick your dream car and calculate the true annual cost of ownership. Not the payment, the whole thing. Use Edmunds' True Cost to Own calculator. It's free and it's accurate. Third, divide that annual number by 0.045. That's your portfolio target. Write it on a sticky note. Put it on your monitor. Fourth, automate your investments. The single biggest predictor of investing success isn't your salary or your stock picks, it's automation. A Vanguard study found that automated investors outperform manual investors by an average of 1.5% per year, just because they don't panic sell during downturns. And here's the part that's going to sound counterintuitive, but I promise it works. Fifth, and this is the most important step, drive a boring car while you build the portfolio. I know,
But every dollar you don't spend on a car payment right now is a dollar that can compound into your dream car forever. Drive the Civic, drive the used Camry, drive whatever runs. Because in 10 years, you're not going to be choosing between a Honda and a Tesla. You're going to be choosing between a Tesla that owns you and a Tesla that's paid for by passive income. That's a completely different life. Okay, the twist. I told you at the start that there was something that completely changed how I think about luxury purchases, and I almost didn't include it. Here it is. Once you actually hit that $480,000 portfolio, once you have the dividends rolling in every quarter, growing every year, basically a money machine humming in the background, most people don't buy the car anymore. I'm serious. I've talked to dozens of people who've done this. They build the portfolio, they get to the finish line, and then they look at the car and they go, because somewhere along the way, during those 9 or 13 years of building wealth, the thing the car represented, the status, the validation, the feeling of having made it, they already got from the process of building the portfolio itself. The car was never really the goal. The car was a symbol of financial freedom. And once you have actual financial freedom, the symbol becomes kind of pointless. That's the loop I opened at the beginning. The Porsche pulling up next to you in traffic? The person inside is probably stressed about the $1,800 payment. You, with the $480,000 portfolio and the paid-off Honda, are actually the rich one. You just don't look like it. And that, my friends, is the entire game. So here's what I want you to do. If this video gave you a new way to think about cars, money, or status, hit that like button, because it genuinely helps the channel reach more people stuck in the payment trap. Subscribe if you want me to break down the exact dividend ETF portfolio I'd build for this strategy. I'm dropping that video next week. And drop a comment telling me what your dream car is and what year you're going to hit your dividend target. I read every single one. You don't need a better car. You need a better plan. I'll see you in the next one.